You might be wondering what are my 3 favorite free VSTs, and I will show them to you. And I have a really big announcement for you guys to make. So as many of you guys know, I was at the same spot as you guys like 2-3 years ago, especially the beginners among you. I was really struggling hard with my music, and I watched a lot of videos and I took like a lot of masterclasses, and then I went finally with coaches and mentors. And after a while, I had really clicked, I really realized what actually makes good Psytrance. And I compressed all of this down into a course. So it's the Psytrance Power System, and it's dedicated for beginners who really want to get forward with the music, or for producers who haven't gotten the streams they want and the positioning and the charts and everything. So that's a program which will get you from like 0 to hero. And if you want to take part in this, it will be only one time live so that you can ask like lots of questions. And if you want to take part in this, then you need to register. I have a registration page. It's free to register now. And once I start a program, I will see how many people go in there. But then you also need to be fast because as said, it's live, so I cannot do with like a lot of people. But if you want to reserve your seat already, and if you want to get notified first when I started, then all you need to do is you need to click in the link in the description, psiger.com, join a waiting list, put your email address in, and then you get notified with further instructions. So number 1 is the SPAN spectrum analyzer. And what is a spectrum analyzer? So a spectrum basically is how the distribution of frequencies is on a certain time or time frame, you could say. So basically what you can do with it, you can analyze your track and have a look if your track is in balance. So maybe if your low end is too loud or if your drums are too less. So all of that you can basically see in a spectrum analyzer. And I think it's a super important tool because it will help you to get a more balanced mix and to get really the sound to the highest level, you could say, because whenever you have something out of balance, it will mask all the other sounds and it will not really shine the most it can. So if you're using a tool like this SPAN, and I have the SPAN Plus here because I actually bought it just for the few extra features it has, but the free version is quite the same. What you can do is when you play here on your track, then you see where is my low end peaking and where are my leads, my lower mids, my mids and my higher mids here peaking, and where is my high end, the drums going to. Then you can really create a framework for yourself how a balanced mix should sound like. So for example, you can look at reference tracks and then you can see how they have done it, and you will notice there is different kind of frameworks how to mix stuff. So different artists mix stuff very different, but once you find out what you like, then you can reference it and then you can copy it with a tool like this and you can achieve a similar mix. So let's have a look. So as you can see, we have seen our cake here, we have seen the leads, which have been a little bit lower here, and then we have the drums here. But I also go sometimes really high with my leads, just saying. This is a very useful tool, especially for beginners who don't have such a good hearing and feeling. If something is out of balance, then this can visualize it for you. And there's a lot of options which I don't want to go in this tutorial here, but depending on what you set here as a mode, block size, or the time frame, you get a little bit different results and a little different type of granularity or what you look at. So you can get a lot of information out of that. If you want to know more about this, then let me know in the comments and I will make an extensive tutorial about Voxengo SPAN. If you enjoyed this video so far, then please hit the thumbs up. That helps me to spread this video and also shows me which topics you're interested, what I should create more for you. So tool number 2, to be honest, I have 2 tools which are kind of like working together, both free tools. So I will mention them both. So you will get actually one more, and it's Wider from Polyverse and MSED also from Voxengo. So both tools are really great to get some wideness in your mix. So you can basically make sounds which are very mono, more wide and less centered. Or actually you can also do it the other way around, especially with the MSED. You can take wide sounds and make them more mono. Let me show you how this works. So when I use them, I usually use them in combination. So I have this sound here. And what you can do with the wider, you can basically make it wider. Yeah, that's simple. Then check this out with everything together. But you need to be careful. First of all, it gets a little bit louder, I think, when you push here the whiteness. And the second thing is, I don't care too much about it, but you have a corellometer in the MSED. That's why I'm also placing it second here. And then you can see, first of all, here how wide it is and how much it goes into minus. So the more it goes into minus, the more it is canceling out if you put it on a mono system. To be honest, I'm still finding out how far I want to go, but I'm not religious about keeping this above like 0. But maybe to make the demonstration a bit more easy, let's make it mono first, and then you can really feel it. With the MSED, you can do something very similar. So you can basically control the mids and the sides. So that's usually what I do here. I don't touch many of the other things. And then you can basically increase what's in the center or decrease, and the same for what's on the sides and in the center. So I think both tools actually work really nice together, so you don't have to limit on one. If you do it, I would put this one first, because then you have this nice corellometer here and you can see everything. But of course you can also switch the order. But that said, that's my tools number 2, I would say. It's a bit cheated because I see the group as one tool, but it's very good to control your track whiteness, and you should always do that because you always want to have something in the center, but you also want to have something on the sides to really fill your mix. And if you aren't subscribed to this channel already, then please hit the subscribe button and the bell icon, because that will help you to really get notified when new videos come out so that you can improve your music. And tool number 3 is the Vital synthesizer. It's a very good synthesizer. If you know Serum, it's basically the same. I guess actually most of you guys already know Vital, but I think it's worth mentioning it here, especially for maybe beginners who watch the videos here and haven't gotten it, because it's a very extensive synth. So Serum was one of the industry leading synths for years, and I still think it is, to be honest. Even this synth has improved a lot of things which Serum didn't have. So for example, mod remapping is a crazy good thing here, where you can, if you put like an LFO on something, then you can really design the curve here. You can do that in Serum as well, but it's cumbersome, let's say, and you cannot do as much as you can do here. So there's some improvements in Vital and a lot of things which I think Serum is still the king. So for example, I don't like the filters so much or the effects in Vital, but it's a very, very good synth if you want to get started and you don't want to invest like a lot of money. And you can start with this, then you can buy this after a while because it works quite similar, and then you don't have like to go through all the learning curve again. So that's, I would say, my number 3 here, because I don't use it so much, because I have really cool bangs bought for Serum and not so much in Vital yet. But if you're just starting out, then this is definitely an option, which I would say is, yeah, the same weight than Serum. And yeah, in the end, you also don't need to limit to just one synth.